Hey people's YouTube, today we're going to be making ourselves a rainbow sheep launcher. Because what do you do in Minecraft other than build a rainbow sheep launcher? That's all Minecraft is for. Alright then, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first design I'm gonna make is just going to be a straight up rainbow sheep launcher. Kind of like a fountain in a way. And for this, you're going to want to build yourself a nice tube here. It doesn't have to be obsidian, since we're not going to be using TNT, because unfortunately, sheep are kind of, TNT intolerant, let's say. However, although rainbow sheep are not very tolerant to giant blasts of gunpowder and sand, they can be bounced around with slime blocks and pistons. So when you build your tunnel here, make sure that at least the bottom parts where we're going to have a slime block are non-movable blocks. So things like obsidian, furnaces, that type of thing. Alright then, so down here, as you can see, I have a sticky piston plus a slime block. Now the next thing you need to do is add a clock onto this piston. For me, I'm going to be using an observer clock because I want it to go fast, and I don't want to have to build any sort of more complicated clock, so we're just going to be using a nice observer clock with two observers facing each other, if I can get it in right. Oh boy. Alright then, now that we have the two observers actually facing each other with the arrows on top pointing away from each other, we now have a lovely little launcher ready. Alright then. Next step is let's check out how the sheep go inside of this launcher. Alright then, it's more of a trampoline. Sheep doesn't go very, very high, but, well, there it goes, it's dead. Ta-da! Alright then, now that we have our launcher all complete, the next step is to load sheep into it. So here I have a design that can load in sheep. It is just a simple staircase here. Make sure that these blocks are 2 blocks tall, otherwise the sheep will just walk along here and it gets obnoxious from there on out. And then also have at least 1 block here of glass or whatever block of your choosing so that sheep can't get out, or build it up 2 blocks tall just for extra reassurance that sheep are going to escape. Next tip is make sure there's a pressure plate here on your tube tunnel lip thing. English, I know. And then have your nice staircase going up from there. You can build the staircase as high as you want. I was impatient, so I built a very, very short one. And then up top, you can have a sheep breeding room with some water here. And if you put a gate here, you can add in a sheep and it'll walk down the staircase if you use wheat to pull it along. Or you can knock out that gate and let water go down. That is why the pressure plate is there, so that if you knock on water, all of the sheep will just go floating downwards and into the launcher. And this is why you can build your thing taller, because otherwise the sheep will just get stuck there, but eventually they will walk down into there. As long as there isn't any blocks around here, they can just escape onto. And there you have it! An incredibly quick 2-minute sheep launcher! Woohoo! Now, this design would also work horizontally, so you could launch sheep across an area instead of just up. Now here, I have added in a piston all along here, and then as sheep go down, they get pushed off by that piston after bouncing in there, or they just get down and get pushed out. Now, this is a good example of how you could arrange this horizontally by just having a piston here, and the 2 slime blocks aren't necessary. I just built my piston machine 1 block too far back, and I didn't want to move it. One thing to keep in mind if you do build this horizontally, and actually same as if you're building it vertically, is that every single block that touches the slime block you are using, or the multiple slime blocks you're using if you build the machine in the wrong spot, they all need to be an unmovable block, as I mentioned earlier, furnaces, obsidian, etc. There are a few more improvements you can add to your sheep launcher if you want it to be truly perfect, and those are adding a water bucket here, so that water can flow down always, and you can also have a gate, or not having water here, so you can have a pen, or simply naming your sheep Jeb _. That would be so fun. However, that is all my limited redstone knowledge can accomplish. Hope you enjoyed the 2-minute rainbow sheep launcher! Have a great day.